Hello, friends. March 15th, 44 BCE, a day that would echo through history and make fortune tellers very smug. It all started with a warning. A soothsayer, imagine a mix between a wizard and your neighborhood gossip, caught Caesar's ear one day. "Beware the Ides of March," he said. Caesar probably laughed, patted the man on the head, and kept strutting around like he owned the place. Which, to be fair, he kinda did. After all, Caesar had it all. The titles, the power, even the fancy purple toga. But not everyone was cheering. Behind the marble columns, in the shadowy corners of Rome's Senate, whispers stirred like a pot about to boil over. Is he aiming for kingship? Will he crown himself? And seriously, when did purple togas get so popular? To many senators, Caesar's ambition smelled like tyranny. Rome hated kings, hated them so much they once kicked one out and swore, "Never again." A group of senators, with names like Cassius, Brutus, and Casca, decided it was time to save the Republic. Their solution? Not a stern letter, not a firm meeting. Nope, they sharpened their knives instead. The plan was simple. Catch Caesar at a Senate meeting, where weapons weren't allowed. Except, of course, hidden under your tunic if you were planning high treason. On the morning of March 15th, Caesar was feeling off. Bad dreams. His wife, Calpurnia, begged him not to go to the Senate. She had nightmares of statues bleeding and strange omens, typical Roman Tuesday vibes. At first, Caesar agreed to stay home, but then a friend, Decimus, arrived. "Come on, Caesar. Don't let silly dreams stop you. The Senate's waiting to crown you with honors." Caesar, pride swelling like a peacock in parade armor, decided he couldn't disappoint his fans. He left his house and walked straight into Destiny's trap. At the Theater of Pompey, where the Senate was meeting, everything seemed normal at first. Caesar sat down. The conspirators gathered around him, pretending to plead for favors. Suddenly, Casca struck first, then others joined in, knives flashing like a deadly hailstorm. Caesar, stunned, tried to fight back until he saw Brutus, his trusted ally, raise his blade. "Et tu, Brute? You too, Brutus?" Those words, whether whispered, gasped, or just thought, have haunted the world ever since. Moments later, the mighty Julius Caesar lay lifeless on the Senate floor at the base of a statue of Pompey, the very man he had defeated. Talk about poetic revenge. Rome was stunned. The liberators expected cheers. Instead, the city spiraled into chaos. Ordinary citizens who loved Caesar for the bread, the games, and the hope he gave them rioted. The conspirators? Suddenly looking very awkward, very hunted, and very mortal. Mark Antony, Caesar's loyal friend and fellow party animal, gave a funeral speech so fiery it could have melted marble. He turned the crowd against the assassins, waving Caesar's blood-stained cloak like a battle flag. Rome had lost its father. But revenge? Oh, revenge was just getting warmed up. As Rome burned with grief and fury, a new force began to rise. Young, clever, ambitious Octavian, Caesar's adopted heir, fiery Mark Antony, and the ever-ambitious Lepidus. Together, they would form something Rome hadn't seen before, a second triumvirate. Next time, we dive into Octavian, Mark Antony, and Lepidus. 3 men, 1 empire, and a whole lot of drama. Stay tuned for the second triumvirate, because when the knives are put away, the real fight for Rome truly begins.